Hello, beautiful people. Assembly Damakuma Soa, me pese me nemoche. I mean, there is something on my mind or on my heart that I would want to share with all of us. In Yama Yeye, as a people, the way we reason, what that you know that it's like there be a ye wo ntitia ye do femu eniyama wo hunu ye ntiase a wonya ye ni nyina nya nsunsanso ewo the way I would dwene. I mean, our environment affects the way we think, the way we grew up, the kind of parents that raised us. I mean, a whole lot of social factors really affect the way we think. But I have been thinking of this. Aside all these factors, there is one that really has a greater impact on our thinking than any of the factors that you can think about. And that I believe so strongly is hunger. Hunger. Ekom. Asemo amaking. The person will join home kwechi. Ebiana want to mase. But I'm talking out of experience. Say a common day or da. A toda obi ye bibi na wujire chire na wo susu ho anase wo hwe ne a onipa ne ye na ye wo say onipa we di onim nyansa, especially in yama bi sisi to say sometimes I hear comments like, why would these people stoop so low for this person who keeps duping them to go ahead and dupe them? You know, some churches, some people call themselves from the shrine, they say they are pastors and all that, and people are in their church, and you know, you hear stories like this, and you hear others criticizing those people who go to fellowship under the leadership of these people, pastors. And we all hear stories of how sometimes they end up being duped. They take their money and all that. And you hear other people commenting, say they are so stupid, like they are crying on being. Then I ask myself, one more I know more comments are a common deal more than a com. I mean a com. There were two types of a com. There were a commie and there were a com. I mean a commie. There do one now on hopopono. A commie. Be a order. Hunger has a history. Starving has a history. You know, when you read history, the slaves we've been told were sometimes controlled by starvation. They may come to then they are sober. I mean, their mind gets to the point where anything that you tell them, they will do. When you are hungry, beyond a certain threshold, it is a fact. I just a common order. As I'm making better message. Say common order. You cannot reason beyond a certain threshold. Those in the corporate world, you see, anytime you guys go out there to reason, to deliberate on matters, to come up with ideas, what do? Sometimes you provide food on the table. Whilst you are eating, you are brainstorming, you are discussing issues. When you are satisfied, the brain functions on another level. But when you are hungry, you cannot think beyond a certain threshold. That is why a lot of people would agree to take 30 Ghana cedis to vote for somebody. That is why you hear stories where some parents, especially some of these mothers, would put something iron and burn their children. Then you ask yourself, dude, 9 months and hunger is a very dangerous thing. Hunger. I call it the psychology of hunger. So it orients and disorients you. I mean, it determines how you even live your life. A common day or mono. Neighborhood. When you step into the neighborhood of those who do not think about what they will eat when they wake up, and if you go into the neighborhood of those who always are living on a survival mode, that is, they would have to struggle to even put food on the table. Sa two neighborhoods, and so let me draw your attention. Most of these hungry or people who live under the survival mode neighborhood, you would realize that these places are very filthy. And minimum. Who beside say, are they different human beings than those who live in the East Lagos and cantonments, where the whole place looks so neat and organized? Say, come to you cannot be organized. It is difficult. I'm not saying everybody, but generally, say, come to chakra, the way I would drink cry is different. They can't reason. People like that can't even reason. They can't think. In Africa, so Washa, generally, a lot of people can't come up with, it takes few creative, genuine guys that are so gifted to invent stuff that you see on social media once in a while. See that somebody has invented something, or this young man who invented the car during the COVID time, that he got a nickname as the Elon Musk of Africa, this Ghanaian young man. I mean, see, his likes are there. A lot of people in the villages, yes. When we were all young, we did those things. We had called Kofa Konku, Bola So, they are Befi, they are Bechucha, they are cars. I used to do that a lot. I come. I did American who as and I believe every individual so to me solve the problem of hunger at your end, you will change your generation. It is difficult. See, me, I believe so strongly that the land that we have here in Ghana is worth more than anything, than even the gold that we are digging, destroying the land to dig out. It is this same land that gives us food. It is this same land that houses the gold. It is this same land that houses every mineral or resources that we have. The land is worth more than anything. If we destroy the land that will give us food, we are doomed. Eduane ya dia se wo sori anopa na se wo nwen baby a ebefia ba you begin to think of other things. Say me sorry anopa. Na minim say ni amedi enye problem wa. I begin to think of how to solve other problems. And the more I can provide, or the longer the period of for instance, what I'm saying is, say me share sika me wo na ebetumi take care of me for the next 30-50 years. My level of thinking, sir. The level of thinking, sir. The psychology of hunger. Our politicians seem not to understand this. A lot of them have not gone through this hunger thing that I'm talking about. And the microphone complaining when you tell somebody who has been earning or getting say 300,000 cedis a month, say auto kuku and kanena auto kuku BBSC 5 cedis, but now auto kuku are AC 10 cedis. On 10 year what can I say? They don't feel what you feel. If we can keep our people from going hungry for a year, if you can keep the people from even remembering or feel like remembering how hunger feels for a year, a lot of problems will be solved automatically. I mean, naturally, a lot of things will begin to fall in place within the puzzle. And I say, the greater masses, aduane is so cheap, it's easier to get food to eat. Krono so beti, gonkonsa so beti. When people have access to do things to make money, to solve other problems, a lot of these problems will be minimized. I'm telling you. An example is, you see, movies, places where a any issue that level, no sorry, any issue. No, you see, even they are more creative. There's this movie that we watch, the Heist as a day. You see how creative these people think, how they sat down, planned. You see, a common name, but they wanted to do something to prove a point. That is what I'm talking about. Recently, bank robbery is here. Don't you think the people are too hungry? Then when they are killing you, they don't even feel it. Hunger is a very dangerous thing. Let us do well to eliminate this. Our politicians, our leaders. I said our politicians because you have tricked the people for so long. Let us do well. Let us focus to champion the idea of growing food